Good evening all and welcome to another video on All How the Ale. It's really not Friday night, but it's Friday night, which means it's alcohol free night. And the beer we're going for tonight is not a beer, it's a cider. It's this one. It is High Sobriety by Hogan's and it is a raspberry cider. And it says here made with ACV. What is ACV? I have no idea. Let's hope it says it on the bottle because I haven't read it yet. Your ingredients are water, English raspberry juice, English cider apple vinegar, English cider apple juice from concentrate, malic acid, potassium metabisulfate, and carbon dioxide. So no clues of what ACV is there. Let's see if it says it on the side. High Sobriety raspberry cider, best served chilled. It's very chilled. High by name but low by nature, we've blended out original low alcohol cider with fresh raspberry juice. This light, refreshing and gently sparkling low alcohol cider is no less authentically fresh pressed than any of our other brilliantly tasty ciders. This one is chock full of raspberry with a delicious tart bite, a juicy, fruity taste sensation to tantalise your taste buds. So again, no real clue of what ACV is. I don't know. I do not know. Anyway, let's get it out into a glass and see what we think, shall we? It's a hot, stuffy day and I want a nice, cold, refreshing drink. That's why I've picked this one. So we're going to pour it into my status quo glass because I can. Anyway, the pour is not as pink as I was thinking it was going to be, but there is a touch of pink. Let's see if we can encourage a smidgen of... I know it's not beer, but what the hell? I want a little head. Anyway, that's your cider in a glass. It has a touch of rose about it, right? It's got that little hint, and the aroma is quite obviously raspberry because I can smell it as soon as I opened it and started pouring. It stinks of raspberry and apple combined. It smells like something Mr. Kipling would put into a cake. It smells good, it smells refreshing, smells fruity, slightly tart, but ultimately it sounds like it's going to quench my thirst. So we're going to have a sip. Cheers. Oh, that's good. That is good. Not as much raspberry as I was expecting, but it's tasty. The raspberry is very much second fiddle. It's the supporting flavour to the apple and the cider. I've had the Hogan's regular cider before, the alcohol-free one, of course, and that was beautiful. It had, and no doubt it's due to the vinegar, that little bit of acidity, that little tang in the background that just makes you think you're drinking an authentic cider. The raspberry's there up front. It's the first thing you taste. It goes pretty quickly. But it's refreshing. It's slightly tart, as they say. Ultimately, it's bloody tasty and, yeah, nice. This is the kind of thing that fruited ciders should be. A lot of them, like Copperberg, for example, apart from tasting just artificial, they are ridiculously sweet. And you have one and you need to go see a dentist for a bit of an extraction or root canal. That's the one I was looking for because the cavities are that deep. This is not ridiculously sweet at all. It's verging on dry. The sugar content is probably natural. I cannot imagine. I forget now. I know I mentioned the ingredients. Yeah, no additional sugar. Whereas I'm sure that the makers of Copperberg have got shares in British Sugar. This is what a cider should be. Fruity, tasty, authentic, and refreshing. Absolutely refreshing. It's that refreshing, I wish I could pour it over my head. I'm not going to do that, because I've got a nice amp behind me. I don't want to ruin it. And yeah. Wonderful stuff. Right. Because I've got another review to do tonight, I'm behind, very behind at the moment. We're going to go to the scoreboard of joy. It currently looks like so. and we're going to fill it in. And we start with the looks. Normally I would re-pour some, but I can't do that because I've poured it all into a pint glass. There, it looks like a cider with some raspberry juice in it, which is exactly what it is. It's not as pink as I was expecting. I guess that depends on how much raspberry juice you're putting in. But I would say it looks all right. It does. So I'm going to give it a point. The aroma is bloody lovely. If you like cider and you like raspberries, up front you get that raspberry whiff crossed with the apple. Yeah, who doesn't like that? It smells of a British summer. It's wonderful. The body is exactly where it should be for a cider. It's just under medium, good level of carbonation. You expect that. And it pushes all the flavours around the mouth perfectly. It's having a full point on that one. And the taste, right? Tastes good. Raspberry up front. It's a fairly sweet raspberry, despite the claim that it's going to be a bit tart. There is a little tartness, but it presents as sweet. And then you get the apple flavours, which are lovely. Then you get that little bit of acidity, that little bit of something, that little tang that can only be the vinegar that they put in there, that just adds to the authenticity. Bloody lovely. There's nothing I dislike about that. And if it had been a Copperberg thing, like I said, it would have been ridiculously sweet, overly so, and would have been totally undrinkable. But this is fantastic. It's getting a full point. And the finish. Everyone likes the cider differently. Me, I'm a big fan of Scrumpy. I'm also a fan of just about all ciders, apart from those that have probably never seen an apple in your life. White Lightning, I'm looking at you. But this one is slightly dry. Leaves a little bit that claggy feeling in your mouth, which again most ciders do to me. Interested to know if it does it to anyone else, but yeah, ultimately it should be refreshing, and it is very much so. There's nothing I can dislike about that at all, so I'm giving it a full 5 out of 5. There we go, which is fantastic. It is really fantastic drink. Fruity, refreshing. Exactly what I want on a day like this. So, bonus point time. Would I buy it again? Of course I would. Absolutely I would. I probably will buy a few more on my next order to the House of Trembling Madness, which is where I got it from. Value for money. Can't remember what I paid for it. This has been sitting in the fridge for a while, waiting for a day like this to enjoy it at its best. Whatever it is, I'm going to say it was value for money because it's bloody lovely. And the bonus point, is it the best alcohol-free cider I've had this year? I think it's the only one. But yes, it is fantastic. It's got all the points and all the bonuses too. There we go. There it is for good measure. And like I say, a lot, if not most, 95% plus. I'm pulling statistics out of my derriere here. Most of the alcohol-free ciders are too sweet and don't really taste that good by comparison to things like this, which taste authentic. There are a couple of others that are in the same ballpark as this, but the rest are just pitiful attempts at making cider half decent. Most of them are like Caliber used to be back in the day, god awful. But Hogan's High Sobriety is the polar opposite. It's bloody lovely. So yeah, if you're looking for a nice refreshing cider in the last few days of our summer that were allowed in the UK, then you could do an awful lot worse than trying some of this. And we'll leave it there and say, that's been the cider. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I'll see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.